Now, there is a property of correlation that correlation does not change with change of scale and origin. It means change of scale means you can divide the series by any number. The value of correlation will be remaining same. And origin means you can take deviations from any number of the series. It will not change the value of correlation. I would like to show you what is the meaning of change in scale and origin. For example, you have been given one question like this. This is the data given. 500, 1000, 1500, 2000, 2500 and 3000. This is our X series. Same we have been given Y series. This is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, like this. You have been given the data. Now you have been told to calculate the correlation from this question. Now what we can do is we can directly start with the Karl-Pearson method, and we can apply the method by taking the assumed mean, actual mean we can start. Or we can make this question easy by changing the scale first. I'll talk about change in scale first. Scale means you can divide any of these two with any number. It means if I'll divide this entire X with 500, so it will make my calculation more easier. It means it will not change the answer of my correlation. I am dividing this entire, so it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I can start with this X instead of this X. Because I have changed the scale of my question, instead of hundreds, I have taken it to be the numbers, simple numbers. So the answer what I was going to get from this X, it will be exactly the same what I will be getting from this X. Next comes the change in origin. Change in origin means I can change the origin. Now from here I can take any assumed mean. I can take this assumed mean 500, for example I take. So I will be getting a new dy because I am taking the deviations. So it will be minus 400, minus 300, minus 200, minus 200, then is minus 100, then 0, then plus. Now I can start my question from here. Right? So whatever answer I was going to get from this y, I will be getting the same answer from this y. So now if you look at the formula of correlation, this is how we write f dx dash dy dash. And if you have observed, we have not added assumed mean into this, neither we have multiplied with I, that we have taken the common. It means we need not take the assumed mean again in the final formula. If you remember the formula of mean, when we take the assumed mean, we have to apply this formula. It means whatever assumed mean we have taken, we have to add it here. Or if we talk about the step deviation method, we have to go like this. Dash, if we have applied, we have to multiply it by I. But here in correlation, you need not add this or multiply this. It means our formula is independent of change of scale and origin. You can take any origin, you can take any scale, answer is going to be the same. Another thing I would like to discuss with you in this point only about the probable error. In certain questions you will be given that you have to calculate the probable error as well. So this is the short form of probable error, and the formula is 0.6745 1 minus r square upon root n. Till now you know how we calculate the r, that is correlation. If you have been told to calculate probable error, simply put this formula. You all know what is n, number of observations in individual series. This value is going to remain same. So if my r comes out to be 1, so my formula will be this. If my n is, for example, 10. So just solve this, you will be getting the value of probable error. So where we use this probable error concept, generally probable error is used to see whether my r is significant or not. So after calculating the probable error, you can give this conclusion. If your r is greater than 6 PE, then your r is significant. Significant means, is it really is there really any correlation? There is significant correlation, or it is just by chance? So with the help of this, if your 6 PE you know how to calculate, multiply that with 6. If still your r is greater than 6 PE, you can say that the R is significant. Now in certain questions you will be given to calculate the standard error. That we have discussed, it was probable error. Sometimes you will be told to calculate standard error. This is the short form. Here simply you have to apply this formula. Here we will not multiply with that 0.6745. You know how to calculate R. N is there in the question. Just put this formula and you can finally calculate standard error as well. Thank you.